ultimate lesson in the book that I took away is that it puts God right back where it belongs, in you, in me, in ourselves, in our hearts. In this video, I'll be talking about one of the most profound and life-changing books I have ever read in my entire life. It's called, you already know, Conversation with God, Book 1. So I first discovered Conversation with God and heard about it through another book called Together Again by Dennis Jackson and Alice Beth. And I'm going to tell you that whole story for another video. It's a whirlwind. But that book introduced me to several other books that are just freaking life-changing. Just in case you have not heard of Conversation with God, Book 1, 2, and 3, it's a whole series, and Neale Walsh is the author. He had this amazing experience, and he actually wrote several other books, and it actually turned into a movie you can watch. So it's a really good movie too. I have some notes here that are just gonna help me orient my thoughts a bit. I read the book several times, like I said, 15 years ago, and its effect is still with me to this day. It's written by Neale Walsh, who had a moment of just pure anger, frustration, of what I would call a dark night of the soul. He wrote down on a yellow legal pad, the question, what does it take to make life work? What happened after that is he started receiving the answers to his questions, and that morphed into this beautiful, authentic, and just awe-inspiring. And when I say awe-inspiring, you have to read it. As you're reading it, it makes you feel like you are having a conversation with God as well, And not only that, like your entire life, it really creates a paradigm shift in you as you're reading it, because the energy behind it, the divine guidance behind it, that opens doors for you to start looking at life in a deeper and more meaningful way. So if you're searching for more, and I know for a fact, if you're watching this, or anyone in the world who's alive and breathing, we all want more, we all want deeper, we all want meaning. And some of us go about it the wrong way, a way that doesn't serve our higher, who we really are. And this video is really just to kind of open the door for you to explore these concepts. So the first lesson I learned in Conversation with God is a loving, non-judgmental, and all-knowing being who is present in all things and is accessible to all beings. I want to emphasize here that the word God is not used in the traditional Christian construct. It's used in the way that's universal, as energy, as consciousness. And I must say that science is already validating and proving that that God does exist. Scientists like to call it the quantum universe, which is truly the building block of all matter, of all, the entire physical plane that we exist in, we inhabit in. I just want to emphasize that part, that there is scientific evidence, and science is already catching up. Conversation with God really puts a huge emphasis in words. He will describe God as he, and sometimes a she. In order to get your mind to open up to a different viewpoint of God. That God is something that is beyond human. It's beyond anything that we can truly comprehend, because it is something that we are beginning to understand. We're beginning to understand quantum physics, and that God is something that is to be experienced and not just read about or have theories about. It's something to embody. The book continues to talk about how to make life work, and God revealed that it is through our thoughts, our words, and actions that we are basically energy. We create our lives through energy. So all these concepts are being validated today, in 2023. We're watching this, and it's wonderful, and it's eye-opening, and more people are aware of this as kind of like common knowledge. But back then it wasn't common knowledge that our thoughts, words, and actions really truly influence our lives, and we can manifest coincidences and synchronicities, right? Just the power of energy. So, and I love how this book goes into amazing, miraculous detail about how the universe is energy and how we manifest, and how I remember it's saying that we are a three-part being. We're a body, a mind, and a spirit. And when we're aligned, like Abraham Hicks says, one who's aligned is more powerful than a million who are not. And with this book, you can definitely really truly shift your relationship with yourself and your place in the universe. So this is what this book did for me back then, and still to this day, the teachings are just so deeply and profound. I want to also say that book 1 really emphasizes our personal reality. Book 2 talks about more of a global and also governmental approach to life, right? How how we can align ourselves on a more global scale when it comes to treating each other as who we really are. And then in book 3 it talks about, and I love this part, how do you evolve beings who are living in other planets within our solar system and other parts of the universe, who chose to, because they are already masters at life, they chose to live together and create this almost utopian society, which we are babies. We're complete babies. We're children compared to these wise and connected and blended beings, like Abraham Hicks says. So back to book 1, I just love how the book 1 really emphasizes how it does not matter who talks to God. What matters is who listens, who is open, who is aware, that God communicates to every sentient being, and it will always guide you. This energy, this consciousness is always guiding you, and when you open up to that energy, which that's the other version that I love about the book, is it talks about the energy of love and the energy of fear. And those are truly the only two types of emotions. And, for you guys, or men in general, gay or straight or whatever, tend to not want to use the word love because it's too soft. But they tend to want to feel proud. They want to feel strong and proud of themselves. But as book 1 says, the sponsoring thought, the thought behind it, the emotion behind being proud or feeling proud is love. It's just that most men don't want to use that word. But really, you want to love yourself, you want to feel proud of yourself. That's you loving yourself. So I just want to kind of differentiate that with those, for my male viewers here. And you can just tell your buddies and, kind of pick at them, like, oh, you want to feel proud, you want to feel self-love, and, whatever, have fun with it. But it's truly, those really the only two emotions that influences our decisions. And I love how, going back to the energy portion, how love expands, it heals, it grows, it evolves. and fear contracts. It constricts the energy to flow. And I love how God emphasizes that what is the sponsoring thought? What is the thought behind the emotion? And with that knowledge, whatever that is for you at this current moment in time that you're watching this, with that knowledge, awareness, asking thyself, what is the thought behind this thought? What's the emotion behind it? Is it love or is it fear? And if it's fear, don't make a decision. Just pause, relax, do anything, everything to get yourself back into that loving state. Because you're going to make your best decision through the power of love. And that's the other thing. If it's so well with the teachings of Abraham Hicks. And if you don't know who Abraham Hicks is, look it up. Like, tons of videos on the internet, on YouTube. And I would definitely do a whole video about Abraham Hicks. It's amazing, life changing. But yeah, so Abraham Hicks is, it calls God source energy, and that's exactly what this book is referring to. That God is energy. It's something to be experienced. It's not something to just talk about or theorize, like I said. But I must say that the ultimate lesson in this book that I took away is that it puts God right back where it belongs, in you, in me, in ourselves, in our hearts, in our mind, in our actions. You see, it presents a paradigm shift that God isn't separate from you. You are the Word made flesh. You are God. You are source energy. We are all God. And when we are expressing the loving parts of ourselves, the higher self, the higher part of ourselves, our souls, then we are truly living the purpose we came here to live, to experience. And I want to also say that it's just amazing. Like, it's just like, as in talking, I'm recollecting everything that I learned. Think logically. If God is all-knowing, all-loving, all-benevolent, omniscient, how can it know itself? How can it experience itself? How can it express itself if not through creation itself? Therefore, it's only logical that we are part of the whole, that we are a flame among the sun, the blazing sun. I love how Neale and Walsh gives this amazing example in a video I recently seen, is that if a soul wants to experience itself as light and it's only a candle within the sun, how can it know itself as light? It can't. It has to go into an illusory plane called the physical realm, a realm of relativity, as the book calls it. Guys, no saying wrong here. It does go into quantum physics here. And so each soul, each one of us are these magnificent divine beings who chose to condense ourselves into this physical form in order to experience up, down, all around, hot, cold, polarity, relativity. And so in order for you to experience yourself as light, you need to be within the darkness. And so this is the most powerful lesson of all, is that we're here to be light onto the darkness. And the darkness is only people who are sleeping, people who are not awake. It's ignorance. That's what darkness is. It's a state of being. It even talks about hell being. Hell is not a physical place. It is truly the experience of separation. Thinking that you're separate from God. Thinking that what you want to manifest out there is somehow out there and not here. And so we're here to journey from here to there, to close the gap between our thoughts and our words and our actions and what we desire to manifest. So we're all here on an eternal journey. We're eternal beings, ever expanding. No matter how good your life is, you always want more. You always want more. And that's God right there. That's God. That's the divine part of you saying, look, there's more expansion. It wants to expand. It wants to feel free. And every time you choose love in your life, you experience that divine essence. You are manifesting divine energy through you as you're truly becoming and being who you really are. It really goes into detail on how we co-create with one another through how we choose to perceive reality and how we can use the power of prayer, which is really going to a place of gratitude. If you can think what you want before you experience it, you are receiving it. It's like a guarantee. But at the same time, you're not attached to the outcome. It talks about that. It talks about you getting into that receptive mode, which Abraham Hicks talks about as well. And the other thing is forgiveness. The power of forgiving is not condoning the action of another, but truly saying that action that these people have done to us, they only did it because they don't know who they are. And if they did know who they are, they would freaking love you. Because we all love each other. In truth, my divine self loves you. And every time I say to you, all my love to you, I mean, I'm speaking that truth. I'm speaking all my love, as in the whole of me. The God force in me is loving onto you. This is why I do these videos, because I love you guys so much. I want everyone to wake up and experience daily miracles, daily magic. My conversation with God is experienced on a daily basis. And when I do readings, when I do healing work, I see the evidence. I have what is called unshakable faith. I practice this on a daily basis. And in order for me to remember who I really am, and in order to remember who you really are, and to hold that vision for a better future for all of us. So, yeah, that was deep, huh? That girl, guy, we went deep into this. And I'm telling you, if you start reading the book, you won't be able to put it down. You're going to start having amazing synchronicity. The energy of the book really helps you tap into your higher self energy, and you'll start experiencing God everywhere. Because that's what God is, source energy everywhere. There's no place that God is not. In this realm of the relative, as even Einstein described it, we are truly Neale. We're all on that hero's journey, on that journey of awakening. We can all bend reality. So, you want to be a conscious creator? Because you already are a creator. You're just creating the same night over and over again. But the same thoughts, the same emotion, the same reaction that you're holding and lingering onto. So once you wake up and realize that who you really are is already worthy, it's already whole, it's already complete, the universe cannot help. It is law of attraction. It is law. You're going to have more evidence of the reality that you are affirming. So affirm the one that you want. That's my takeaway for you guys here. I love you so much. All my love to you in this time, space, reality. And let me know in the comment section down below, have you already begun your conversation with God? And everything I teach in this channel is already teaching you how to have that by opening your third eye, by opening your heart, by the intuitive guidance I receive and give out, and by you applying, not only me what I have to share, but hey, I want to see you guys sharing, right? I want to build a community here. So feel free to share that with love, and I'll see you guys in the video. All my love to you. All my love. Truly, I love you so much, and thank you for helping me to create myself. And the grandest version, the greatest vision I've ever held about who I really am from the bottom of my heart.